Hi everyone, my name is Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the most detrimental places to look when it comes to dog education, dog training education in my opinion, and also what to look out for if you are looking for dog training help and maybe you can't afford a dog trainer to actually help you out. Avoid these things specifically if you can. Unless you know enough about dogs where you can pick and choose the good from the bad, I would just avoid it completely. So my big first number one is dog daddy, and please don't come for me. However, this person's training is, from the few videos I've seen of him, it's very much, oh, look at how expensive my clothes are, I must know what I'm talking about, and then he just proceeds to force the dog to give up on life. So if you're looking for dog training advice, do not go to this person's page specifically for advice. My other specific trainer I would really look out for is Zach George. When I first got into dog training, back when I was a kid, I already could see a lot of flaws in his ideology, especially after I got Gunner. And then he got a border collie puppy and basically ruined that thing. And it got to the point where I couldn't even watch anymore. I'm like, this guy's calling himself a professional dog trainer and he got this puppy and it's acting like this. Like, how do you mess up this badly? So I mean, Dog Daddy and Zach George, I do not go out of my way to watch. I'm pretty sure I have both of them blocked, so I don't even have like their stuff show up recommended. If you really look, I'm sure there's some slivers in there that maybe you can pick out and go, you know what, maybe that's not so bad. Maybe this is a good idea. However, even I personally didn't want to stick around to find out, because their content for someone who is a professional dog trainer just slowly but surely turns more and more into almost rage bait for me. And I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. Why is he doing this? Like, there is a way to do force-free, positive reinforcement training, and I do that. Like with her, I don't have a whole lot of correction. It's mostly just yay ammo. But then for him, he needs a no. He needs a correction. Otherwise, he will go, F you, Dana, I'll do what I want. Oh, you're not gonna tell me no? I'll keep on doing more and more of this to get away with it. And he needs that. However, just whatever type of training you are interested in doing, I would not go to those two people for advice specifically. And just remember that not all dogs are the same and they all require different training. They're not the same. And dog training is not the same. You have to adapt to each dog. And this will circle into very nicely any dog trainer who goes my way or the highway. Until you are able and confident in your abilities to pick and choose things you like, things you dislike, any trainer who goes, this will 100% solve all of your problems no matter what dog you have, my way is the only answer. Any dog trainer who says basically anything that is absolute, I would really stray away from. Now, obviously a lot of people do this to get views. It is a way to attract audiences. Oh, this is the 100% way that will get my dog to stop barking. Okay, I'm interested in that, and as opposed to, here are some things that might help your dog to stop barking. Which one is better attention grabber? This one. I will stop your dog from barking. All you have to do is follow these 5 easy steps and your dog 100% will stop barking. That is the one people will be attracted to. However, it is setting up people for failure and selling a false ideology, regardless of if they're doing it for views or if they're doing it because they genuinely think it will work. Once again, all of my videos can be used as a resource to help out people. However, Watching a video and learning from a video is very different than working with someone in real life where you can see these problems firsthand, because each dog reacts differently and it's for a different reason they are reacting, and each breed might be reacting a different way because of what breed they are too. There's a lot that plays into it. I would watch out for anyone who says adopt, don't shop, or rescue only, or blah blah blah, because the thing is if you are looking for a dog, my worst dog ever is Gunner. He's from a rescue. I love him more than anything. He's my very special boy, but I intentionally went out of my way to get a challenge. When you rescue a dog, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be faced with another challenge in regards to rescuing that if you get from an ethical breeder you wouldn't have. If you get the dog from an unethical breeder, you still could get these challenges, because a lot of these challenges are due to genetics, bad breeding practices, and also leaving their parents too early. An ethical breeder would do above and beyond to make sure that puppies are set up for success when they find their home. Unethical breeders and shelters, unfortunately, they have to move dogs so quickly, and obviously you don't know what happened to these dogs before they ended up in a shelter, where you're going to end up with a challenge, more likely than not. So anyone who sells the adopt, don't shop, blah blah blah, like that will give the dog trainer a lot of good business, but realistically a dog trainer's goal should always be that all dogs can just exist. Even if that means there's no more work for me, it kind of makes me think about like doctors. Okay, doctors, they get paid based off of illnesses, and then everyone goes, so how do I trust the doctor for prescribing this to me or doing this for me? Or the dentist needs us to come back. They need us to have teeth injuries. And obviously this is all just speculation and stuff that I see on the internet that I think is kind of funny, but it should be the same for dog trainers. We don't want people coming back. As much as I miss the dogs that have carried on and moved through my training program, that's the whole point, is that I don't see them anymore, because that means they don't need me. Do I miss them? 100%. Do I miss the owners? 100%. I built a lot of really good relationships with people over the years, but I'm sure if and when they get another dog, I'll see them again. That being said, I'm going to also circle back to unethical breeders. If this breeder isn't competing with their dogs, if this breeder isn't doing things with their dogs, proving that these dogs should be bred, they are in no place to be breeding dogs, but they are double in no place to be giving advice on how to train dogs. And this is when I see less often. However, even if you plan on getting a puppy, this is right from the beginning, how to set yourself up for success. Get a puppy that is set up for success from a breeder who does what they can to set these puppies up for success. And that breeder should also be able to give you lots of training advice, because they should know their breed pretty well, and they should be very experienced in the competition scene. So if you're struggling with just an in-home behavior, these breeders can take their puppies to the level of competition. I'm sure they would be able to help you get your dog to be potty trained. So it's one of those things to just kind of look for. Most times if you get a puppy from an unethical breeder, as soon as the puppy's out of their hands, you're pretty much ghosted. That's my experience with a lot of my owners that I work with. They go, yeah, no, I tried asking the breeder and they didn't respond. That's not good. Even though I don't do a lot of texting, whenever I message Emmo's breeder, over 3 years later now, I still, she's still giving me advice about like, more DNA stuff I'm still learning about, and giving me advice on like different things to do for testing. Oh, here's this happening at this place. Do you want to go and get her eyes tested there? Oh yeah, thanks for the heads up. That is so cool, and I'm so lucky to have someone who does that. And it shouldn't be lucky. Every breeder should be like that, but in today's society, that's not quite the case. So those are a few things to look out for if you're looking for dog training. Obviously, I'm a dog trainer. I do dog training videos. I do a lot of that. And if you are looking for dog training, please consider liking and subscribing, following. Any questions, comment. I will do my best to answer them. However, I do recommend, even for me, I go take lessons elsewhere, because the more perspectives that I get, the better, and the more I know my dogs are doing well and going in the right direction, because I'm with my dogs 24/7. I miss things that people who don't see my dogs 24/7 don't miss. And having that peer review is really nice. So I am not saying that I should be the only person that you should take advice from. I should be one of the people you take advice from, but look out there, find other trainers you like, and pick and choose. Oh, I think this will work for me. Oh, I think this will work for me. And then you can come up with your own way of training for your dog. So that being said, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!